90 minutes, 22 players, one ball. And in that simple frame, every lesson life will ever ask you to learn. How to handle pressure, how to lead without ego, how to fail and stand back up, how to build something with people who don't always agree with you, how to keep showing up when no one is watching. Football is not just a game. Football is a curriculum. And today I'm going to show you the 5 lessons it teaches better than any school ever could. Maybe you don't watch football. Maybe you don't even like it. That's fine. Because this video isn't really about football. It's about you. About the meeting you have to lead next week. About the team you're trying to build. About the failure you can't stop replaying in your head. About the discipline you keep promising yourself and keep breaking. Football just happens to be the clearest mirror humans have ever built for these problems. 90 minutes of compressed life, with stakes, with rules, with consequences. Everything that takes a decade in real life happens in an hour and a half on a pitch. So let's read the mirror. Before we start, you need to know why I picked these 5 and not 50. There are thousands of lessons in football. But research from Stanford, Harvard, and the German Sport University converges on something specific. There are only a handful of skills that separate people who plateau from people who keep growing. 5 clusters, again and again, in study after study. The first is systems thinking, the ability to see beyond your own role. The second is emotional regulation under pressure, the ability to stay clear-headed when stakes are high. The third is anticipation, the ability to act before others react. The fourth is influence, the ability to lead without dominating. The fifth is consistency, the ability to do the unglamorous work for years. Now here is the strange thing. Football, more than any other sport, demands all 5 at once, every match, for every player. That's why football stories teach better than business books. The lessons are not theoretical, they are stress-tested in front of millions of people. Let's start with Lesson 1, and the team that, in 2022, became the textbook example of why systems beat stars. December 18th, 2022. Lusail Stadium, Argentina versus France in the World Cup final. The greatest player on earth, Lionel Messi, is on one side. The fastest, hungriest 23-year-old Kylian Mbappe is on the other. The world expected a duel. What actually happened was something more interesting. Argentina did not win because Messi was a superhero. Argentina won because their head coach, Lionel Scaloni, had spent 3 years building a system that could survive any single player having a bad day. Watch the tape carefully and you'll see it. Argentina pressed in coordinated triangles. They defended in synchronized lines. They had 3 different tactical setups they could switch between within the same match. When Mbappe scored 2 goals in 97 seconds and tied the game, Argentina did not panic because the system held them. Compare this to teams built around stars who collapse the moment the star is having a bad day. Now apply this to your team at work, your family, your project. The question is not who is your star, the question is what is your system? Because stars get tired, stars get injured, stars leave, systems survive. The lesson, and we'll go deep on this in our next video, is that team chemistry is not built around individuals. It is built around principles that all individuals follow. 1976, the European Championship final. Czechoslovakia versus West Germany, the reigning world champions. After extra time, the score is tied. The match goes to a penalty shootout. The final kick belongs to a midfielder named Antonín Panenka. If he scores, his country wins their first major trophy. If he misses, his nation grieves for a generation. 80,000 people are watching, millions more on television. He walks up to the ball, and then, instead of striking it hard, he chips it. A soft, gentle, almost mocking lob right down the middle of the goal. The goalkeeper, having dived to one side, can only watch as the ball drifts above him into the net. Czechoslovakia wins. The kick becomes legend. Now here is what most people miss. This was not arrogance. Panenka had practiced that exact kick after training every single day for 2 years. He told reporters years later that he was so calm in that moment because pressure to him was not a threat, it was information. It told him, the goalkeeper is more nervous than I am. The goalkeeper will dive early. The goalkeeper has more to lose, so I will use his fear, not fight my own. That reframe, pressure as information, not threat, is one of the most powerful psychological skills any human can learn. We'll go much deeper on this in video 3.
Pep Guardiola is, by trophy count, one of the most successful coaches in football history. But what makes him obsessively studied at universities like Harvard Business School is not his trophies. It is the principle underneath them. Guardiola once said that the average player thinks about what to do when the ball arrives at their feet. The elite player thinks about where to be so that, when the ball does arrive, the right action is already obvious. Position before reaction. Read that line again. The amateur reacts, the professional positions. This is true in football. It is also true in your career. The amateur waits for an opportunity to land in their lap, then scrambles to figure out what to do with it. The professional positions themselves through skills, through relationships, through visibility, so that when an opportunity does land, the right response requires no thought. They were already there. They were already ready. So the question is not what you would do if the perfect job appeared tomorrow. The question is, what are you doing today to be in the position where the perfect job naturally arrives at your feet? We're going to spend an entire video on Guardiola's full system later. For now, just remember this. Stop reacting, start positioning.
Lesson 4. The quiet leader moves mountains. For most of his career, Lionel Messi was criticized for being too quiet, too soft-spoken, too much of a follower for someone of his talent. Then 2022 happened. In the dressing room before the World Cup final, Messi did not give a fiery speech. He did not bang on tables. According to teammates, he sat with each player individually, looked them in the eye, and asked them one quiet question. Are you ready? That was it. That was the speech, and Argentina played the most committed final in their history. The lesson is this: leadership is not volume. Leadership is presence. The loudest person in the room is rarely the most influential person in the room. Influence comes from being someone whose attention people want, not someone whose voice they cannot escape. Lesson 5. Discipline is freedom. Cristiano Ronaldo, at the time of recording this video, is 41 years old. He still trains 5 hours a day, still measures his food, still goes to bed at the same time every night. People look at this and call it obsession. Ronaldo calls it freedom, because the discipline is what gives him the freedom to still play professional football at 41 when his peers retired at 33. The discipline is what gives him the freedom to play in any league, any club, any country. The undisciplined person believes discipline is a cage. The disciplined person knows that discipline is the only thing that actually opens doors. Both of these lessons get their own dedicated video later in the series. For now, just hold the contrast. Messi shows you what leadership looks like. Ronaldo shows you what consistency costs.
Most people get neither right.
5 lessons. The system beats the star. Pressure is information, not threat. Position before reaction. Quiet leadership moves mountains. Discipline is freedom. None of these are theories. Every single one has been stress tested in front of millions of people and proven on the world's biggest stage. Now they are yours. Take them into your meeting tomorrow, into your team, into your training, into your life. This was video 1 of Pitch and Purpose, a channel where football becomes a curriculum for the most important skills life will ever ask of you. New video every week. Subscribe, and I'll see you on the pitch.